Hello beautiful souls and welcome back to my channel. Today's video makes me so excited because it's something that I'm truly passionate about and something that I've been studying for the majority of my life. And it seems to be a pretty hot topic right now. I find that a lot of the shows that are coming out with magic is some pretty dark shit, you know? It kind of scares people from wanting to practice or it also gives them the misconception of what it really is and how it works. So I'm going to try to kind of give a simple definition of what magic is and how it works. But before we get into that, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And if you're new here, hey, my name's Kat and welcome to my channel where I talk about all things spirituality, self-transformation, and magic. So before we dive into what magic is, I kind of want to bring attention to the way that it's spelled. Anytime that magic is spelled with a K at the end, it's done in a way to differentiate it from magic that is illusion based. So magic with a C would be illusion based type of magic, which is like card tricks or Houdini escaping from a cage, you know, that's kind of like skill. It's not real magic, it's all illusion based. Now magic with a K would be considered real magic, and that's the kind of magic that we're going to talk about today. The most popular definition of magic is by Aleister Crowley, who claims that magic is a science and an art of causing things to change at will. And yes, this is true. There is also another magic definition that I like by the author of the Goetia, or the Lesser Key of Solomon. And basically his definition is that magic is the highest knowledge and understanding of the divinity of nature. And I feel this one a lot. To me, what magic really is being able to kind of work with all the energies that are around us all the time, whether we see them or whether we believe in them. And that is the energies of the elements, which are the building blocks to everything. And not just fire, water, air, and earth as we know it, but the archetypes of what these elements represent, as well as the planetary energies, which I know that you felt. I mean, we've all felt waves when Mercury is in retrograde, or you know, when there's a full moon approaching, we all feel it. It's also the energy of the zodiac that affects us as well. We are like a vessel or a prism where all of these energies are constantly being received by us, and we have the ability to project these energy outwards, but we're also able to kind of like work with these energies and manipulate them in a certain way so that when we project them outwards, we are projecting them with an intention, and so therefore creating the reality that we want. In order to understand how magic works, we have to talk about the Kabbalah for a bit. The Kabbalah is a symbolic map of the macro and the micro, meaning the cosmos as well as the human, us. But not so much the human physicality, although there is relation to that as well, but it's more so our states of consciousness. If the Kabbalah is theory and philosophy, then magic is the practical application to that theory. The Kabbalah is represented by a symbolic glyph called the Tree of Life. And it's basically composed of 10 spheres, all laid out going upwards. The only two that we're going to talk about today is the one that we live in, called Malkuth, which where we live is a dense dimension. It's where all things become manifest, all things become solid, all things become a reality. It is the dimension of Earth. The other sphere that we're going to talk about is the one right above it, which the Kabbalists call Yesod, in English meaning the foundation. And it's called the foundation because in order for things to manifest into our reality, all things have to happen in this realm first, which is also called the astral world or the dream world. But if you think about the relationship between Yesod and Malkuth, which is us, they're kind of like a mirror to one another. Whatever happens in our dimension is going to be reflected in the astral, in Yesod, which eventually will trickle down and become manifest into our world. And vice versa, whatever happens in Yesod will eventually manifest into our world. So they're kind of like a mirror to one another. So the way that magic works is that perhaps you set an intention and something that you want to manifest, and you do a certain ritual for that. And you know, let's say you're trying to manifest more money, and money is really associated with Jupiter because Jupiter is known as the planet of abundance. Let's say you would do a ritual on a Thursday, which Thursdays are Jupiter day, at the time of Jupiter, and let's say you use plants that are in correspondence to the planet of Jupiter, and you're setting your intention. So in this way, you are working with the astral energies of these things, and you are using your mind, your intent, to kind of manifest what you want. Now, when you use your mental, you are also working in the mental sphere, which is also part of the tree of life. Now, the way this works is all the way at the top of the tree of life is spirit. And then next you would have the mental world, then you would have the emotional world, and then you would have our world. And so if you think about it, when you're trying to manifest, you are using your mental, you're using your emotions, because these have to be aligned. And so you are kind of working with all these different dimensions at the same time in order to create an outcome. And it's kind of funny because a lot of people are into the law of attraction right now and manifesting their dreams, and a lot of them don't realize that this is kind of like a form of magic. You know, you're using intent, you're using emotion, you're using visualization, you are verbally putting that intent out there. So these are all things that are part of magic. So the law of attraction is magic all in itself. So another thing to note is that when you're practicing magic, you are working with your subconscious a lot. The language of the subconscious are symbols. When you're dreaming, it's really messages from your subconscious. That's why dreams are so weird and cryptic, and they're hard to understand, because this is how the subconscious communicates, is with symbols and numbers, which is the language of the universe. Interestingly enough, Yesod is also known by the Kabbalists as the sphere of the subconscious mind. Not a coincidence. Our thoughts are constantly creating our reality, meaning that all of us are practicing magic every single day, and a lot of us don't even know it, because our thoughts and our emotions are all tied in together, and a lot of us don't have control of our thoughts or our emotions, meaning they're kind of all over the place and we let them run loose, but they are constantly creating our 3D reality. And a lot of people are unconsciously creating things that they don't want for themselves. So it's really important to note that you're a fucking magician. Just learn how to use your power, you know? I don't want to get into all the different kinds of ways that you can practice magic, because there's so many different ways. Like I said, even the law of attraction is a form of magic. So I hope that this helped you kind of get a good sense of what magic is and how it works. And note that it's something that is happening all around us all the time. You are doing it unconsciously. Why not learn to do it consciously and get the results that you want? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.